can't believe my cousin came in looking this rough. But to start out this haircut, I went and debulked the sides and back using the number 4 guard with the lever closed. My goal for this haircut was to keep it dark towards the top of the sides and the back, to also grow out his crown to give him a better shape. After debulking, I went ahead and blended the sides into the top using my thinning shears. And I used my thinning shears to keep the right amount of darkness and to avoid not taking too much off. Now using my trimmers, I'm going to create my bald line. And whatever I do to the side, I'm also going to replicate in the back. And after taking all the hair out underneath, I'm going to follow up using my shaver. And I'm making sure I keep a little bit of stubble underneath that bald line. Now to begin fading, I'm going to use my 1.5 with the lever closed, and I'm going to take it up about 2 inches. And in the back for my tapers, I prefer the fade to be a bit higher towards the edges, just because I like the look of it. And I prefer it over the upside down U kind of look. But then I'll use my thinning shears and blend that 1.5 line into the bulk above. So now once the top part of my fade is established, I'm now going to go in with my 0.5 with the lever closed and make a 1/2 inch guideline on the lower part. Then without switching guards, I'm going to open the lever and blend in that line I just created, and I'm flicking that line into the 1.5 length. Then I'm going to follow up with some detailing using my thinning shears. Then with no guard, with the lever closed, I'm gonna fade in that bald line. And as I'm moving up, I'm opening my lever to blend everything together. And I'll use the corner of my clippers to get into smaller, tighter areas. Now using my trimmers, I'm going to line up his back neckline. And I'm going to be using the corner of my trimmers to create a nice arc above the ear. Then what I like to do is, I like tilting my trimmer with the blade up to get rid of any hairs above the ear and underneath the lineup. Now on the fringe, my goal was to match his two longer areas or darker areas with his weaker spots. So I went in with my feather razor and went over his dark areas to match his weak spots to give him a more fuller and messier look, without giving him a sharp look, as he did not want to look like an Edgar. And with this technique, I am using my comb to kind of hold the hair down in place while I gently glide the feather razor and removing some length. And then I proceeded to line up his vertical bars where I saw was most filled and natural while avoiding a pushback. Then I proceeded to add some enhancements on his vertical bars and his back neckline. And finally, I went ahead and applied a bit of light work clay from Slick Gorilla to give him a textured look. And here are the final results. If you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please help me out by liking and subscribing, and feel free to comment for any more videos you'd like to see.